Before sunrise, Nora wakes because her foot touches something wet. Not rain, not spilled tea, disgusting sewage. It has crept across the floorboards from the pit below, and now it is reaching her bed. Nora can't flush it away. She can't press a handle, she can't make it vanish. The most private thing in the house is moving through the room. Outside is not safer. The street can splash waste onto your clothes. The toilet may be one shared seat for 20 people, and the clean-looking well may sit beside a leaking pit. That was normal for most of human history. Not because people were filthy, but because waste is easy to make and brutally hard to move. So Nora starts every morning with one question. Where does yesterday go? Nora's bedroom has a chamber pot because midnight does not wait for daylight. By morning, she has to carry it out with slow steps, both hands, and no sudden turns. If her family has a yard, she empties it outside. If they don't, it drops into a pit nearby. That pit is not far away. It may be under the floor, behind the wall, or only a few steps from the kitchen. In summer, it swells, and after rain, it rises. This morning, Nora sees what every house fears. The pit is almost full. That is the first truth before toilets. Waste did not disappear, it waited. And when storage failed, the whole house found out. So what happens when your home has nowhere left to put you? Money changes how close the smell gets. Rich people can push waste farther away. They have servants, bigger yards, and private rooms. Their seats drop filth into pits, ditches, or moats below. Poor families get a shared yard, one hole, one seat, and too many bodies. Nora waits before sunrise because daylight means witnesses. An old woman coughs behind her, a boy laughs from the fence, and someone bangs on the door because their turn cannot wait. Privacy is not normal here. Privacy is expensive. So Nora learns the rules early. Do not make eye contact, do not mention the bucket, do not talk about the smell at breakfast, and never ask why flies keep landing near the well. Because waste was not only a health problem, it was a social problem. It decided who got dignity, who got shame, and who had to carry the pot. But a city cannot hide millions of private moments forever. Nora's careful walk does more than fill her morning. It helps shape the city. Privies go in the back, kitchens go uphill when people are lucky, and wells are meant to stay clean. But yards are small, pits leak, and rain spreads everything. Before sunrise, workers arrive with carts and barrels. In medieval London, some were called gong farmers. They dug human waste from cesspits by hand and worked at night because nobody wanted to see it. Then they hauled it away as night soil. Farmers sometimes bought it for fields because crops still needed feeding. That was the strange bargain. Yesterday's toilet could become tomorrow's cabbage, but only if the system worked. Some waste leaked, some spilled, and some sat too long. Then Nora steps into the lane. A cart wheel hits a brown puddle, and it splashes her dress. Now the city is not just dirty, it is touching her. The street is a toilet, a drain, a walkway, and a workplace. So what does life feel like when the ground can splash back? The street smelled like urine, rot, ash, mud, and smoke. So people build manners around survival. Windows close fast, perfume gets stronger, shoes get taller, and long hems lift above the street. In some cities, people shout warnings from upper windows. A bucket appears, everyone moves, and if you are too slow, the street gives you a shower. Nobody wants to admit it happened. Rules and fines try to stop this. But a rule does not empty a full pot. Nora learns to listen upward, because one creak from a window can ruin her morning. That is the humiliation. But it is not the worst danger. The smell is only the alarm. The real danger can be clear, cool, and easy to drink. And Nora's family is about to lower a bucket into it. The family pit is full, and the rain keeps coming. Underground, waste does not stay in its place. It seeps through soil, slips through cracks, and spreads toward the cleanest-looking thing nearby. The well. From above, the well looks normal, a circle of stone, a wooden bucket, and clear water. Beside it, the leaking pit looks like yesterday's problem. But underground, they are connected. Nora pulls up water that looks safe. That is the terrifying part. Poisoned water can look innocent. One child gets sick, then a mother, then a whole row of houses. Cholera and typhoid thrive in crowded places, especially when pits and drinking water share the same ground. In 1854, a London doctor named John Snow noticed a pattern. Many cholera victims used the same public pump. The killer was not bad air, it was dirty water. That changed the story. The problem was not just smell, it was geography. Put waste too close to water, and the city poisons itself. So why not just invent a toilet that washes everything away? People made flushing devices long before the modern bathroom. In 1596, Sir John Harington built one for Queen Elizabeth I. It could rinse a bowl, but it could not save a city. Because a flush without sewers is a trick. The filth leaves the room, enters a drain, reaches a river, and then someone downstream drinks the river. That is the twist. The bowl was not the real miracle. The hidden system was. Sewers, drains, clean water, treatment, distance, rules, and maintenance. Those boring things stop the dying. Without them, flushing only moves danger out of sight. The real invention was not a handle. It was a city that could carry yesterday away without poisoning tomorrow. And once Nora's waste can truly leave the house, everything changes. The sewer spreads, and the dawn walk begins to vanish. The chamber pot loses its power. The backyard pit is filled in. The shared seat becomes a private room. The handle replaces the hall. The street stops feeling like a trap. The well stops being a gamble. And shame changes shape. What used to be public becomes private. What used to be daily labor becomes one sound behind a closed door. That sound helps children survive. It lets cities grow without drowning in their own waste. It lets apartments rise higher, restaurants serve crowds, hospitals stay cleaner, and millions of strangers live close together without drinking each other's disease. That is the payoff. The flush toilet did not just make life nicer. It helped make modern city life possible. You press a lever, water swirls, and a problem that once shaped bedrooms, streets, jobs, laws, farms, wells, and death rates disappears. Not because it is small, but because a whole hidden city is carrying it away. So the next time water spins in the bowl, remember Nora. Remember the wet floor before sunrise. And remember what the flush really promises. Yesterday will not come back through the floor.